Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The two men accused of killing a pizza delivery driver in Sioux Falls almost 2 years ago will be sentenced today at the Minnehaha County Courthouse. Last month, Genesee Bryant pleaded guilty to manslaughter for his role in the shooting death of Casey Bonhorst in February 2020. Raymond Banks also pleaded guilty to manslaughter for his role in the deadly shooting. According to court documents, Banks and Bryant killed Bonhorst while trying to rob him. Sentencing will get underway at 9:30 this morning. We will be live streaming sound from the courtroom on KELOLAND.com. New this morning, a 63-year-old Washington man was arrested after a traffic stop in McLaughlin, South Dakota. The Carson County Sheriff's Office says they helped the Bureau of Indian Affairs Police Department with the stop just before 2 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday. Criminal activity was observed and the vehicle was searched. Around 80 pounds of marijuana, 2 grams of meth, and $3,000 in cash were found. The incident is under investigation. We are also following some developing news out of Millbank. According to the police department's Facebook page, officers are investigating a, quote, major incident. Officers say the Grant County Sheriff's Office and the Division of Criminal Investigation are assisting in the case. Authorities say a person is in custody and there's no danger to the public. We'll continue following this developing story and bring you more details as we get them. Well, now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munn for a look at this morning's forecast. Looking like a slick start to the day, Scott.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind this morning. Could have a couple of slick areas there, secondary roadways, intersections. Pay attention to that. Sidewalks and parking lots. And it's a cold start. In fact, wind chills are below zero in parts of KELOLAND. We do have that into, well, it looks like mainly in the eastern and northeastern South Dakota. Looking at those colder wind chills this morning, single digits below. But that will improve over the next couple of hours as those winds will slowly start to die down. Temperatures for today with sunshine will try to hit the 30s, 32 degrees in Sioux Falls, 31 in Mitchell. Northeastern South Dakota, you can expect temperatures in the 20s. Central and western KELOLAND, looks like we'll have our numbers in the 30s. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up. Thank you, Scott. It was a crime that was committed over 20 years ago in Sioux Falls that went unsolved. In 2000, someone stole 2 baseball bats from Dakota Sports. Tuesday, a customer came in and said he wanted to talk to the owners because he had a confession to make.
He said, I've got a very strange request, and proceeded to tell me that he stole something from the store 20-plus years ago, which I was floored when he said that. The man who wanted to remain anonymous gave the owners $500 for the 2 stolen bats for the bats he had stolen. Because it took a lot of courage for him to come in and pay for the bats, Hoff told him to take $250 of it back and donate it to a charity of his choice. The Red Kettle campaign is a way the Salvation Army raises money for its programs throughout the year. In Watertown, bell ringers are in high demand. This year, they have less than half the volunteers to ring the bells that they saw last year.
This time of year, we definitely need all the volunteers we can get. The more volunteers we have, the more we are able to help those in need in the community. Just giving 2 hours of your time can really make a big difference in someone's life.
Bell ringers are needed for all 8 of the Watertown locations. Families in Rapid City are filling up the shopping aisles with some helpers in uniform. Black Hills Badges for Hope holds this Christmas event every year with about 60 families. Each of them gets roughly $100 to spend.
We can bring kids out shopping and make their Christmas season a little more joyful, and it's just a lot of fun to see the smiles on their faces as they pick out the gifts for their family and themselves.
Families participating in the event also get to take home food donated by the Central High School National Honor Society. That is a look at some of our top stories. Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. A bit more calm today, Brian.
Yes, a chance to kind of regroup today after all the wind and all the various weather elements yesterday. A couple things that we wanted to mention. The thunderstorms, or just the non-thunderstorm wind gusts, Worthing, just south of Sioux Falls last evening. How strong was that wind? Well, it was about 70. Just to double check there. Yep. And look at all these reports. I mean, every dot on this screen is a wind report, a strong And in many cases, these were damaging winds across Iowa and Nebraska. But it was a windy day, stormy day, tornadoes, snow, you name it, fog. We had about everything yesterday across the upper plains and Midwest. Today, well, we get to quiet down a little bit. We get this system out of here. We're going to see a replacement system. This, though, falls more in line with what we expect this time of year. This is a small clipper-like wave. What this will likely do is we'll get a little snow chance going for Aberdeen tomorrow. I would expect right now nuisance amounts, or maybe we'll flip that and say more Christmas-like snow. Is that a better way to put it? As we get colder, too, by the way. We're going to probably put down temperatures hovering about 10 degrees for a high in Watertown on Saturday. And by the way, the wind's going to rush back in here tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So there definitely will be a bite to the air as we deal with those elements in the forecast. Otherwise today, anticipate highs in the low 20s in the Northeast, mid and upper 30s in Rapid City. And we'll end this segment with our 7-day forecast. We expect temperatures to climb, it appears right now, back into the 30s to start next week. No major storm tracks are coming, so we'll kind of idle down a little bit here as we go toward Christmas. Now, we still have time yet for additional snow chances before Christmas gets here. So if you're one of those locations with not a lot of snow on the ground, oh, that can change. But right now in the 7-day, right now we're just focused in on tomorrow's clipper there in Aberdeen. Otherwise, next week, probably a little blip upward there on Sunday and then back down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But is that bitterly cold? No, it's not. It doesn't appear that anywhere in western South Dakota will be dealing with that just yet. 50 your high on Sunday in Rapid City. All right, that's your weather for now. Check out details online at KELOLAND.com and have yourself a great day.